Thank you for joining us this morning.
Look at that blue sky. Enjoy, everyone. Have a beautiful day. Meet us online for the after show. We'll see you there now.
Hey guys, we're live from the Buffalo Grill and so glad to see you this morning on the after show. All right, let's get it going. We know the Texans lost yesterday, big deal. We know Rice won, they're going bowling. University of Houston, Texas Southern, they're looking for brand new head football coaches. And Texas A&M seems to have their man. That's what's happening right now. Dynamo won also. They're going to be competing in the Western Conference Championship. We do know that. All right, let's get it going now. We need to get out to Mike and Stenval. John, Mike and John, let you guys go because we need to know exactly what's going on with the weather and entertainment. And so, guys, it's all yours. You decide who goes first.
Well, let's see. You know, John was telling us about this movie that he characterized as a hard R, which means don't take your kids. In fact, don't even drive by the movie theater when this movie's playing. It sounds like it.
Yeah, definitely need to be. I mean, normally R is 17 plus, but I'd actually say maybe 18 plus for this one. Yeah,
this is called Saltburn.
Saltburn. It is very provocative. It's but addictively entertaining in the same way. So it's kind of like the worst of humanity being played out on screen. Maybe like a Big Brother episode, like Squared. You know?
Wow.
But yeah, it's provocative.
Is it violent?
I wouldn't say violent. It's just some of the more. There's some innuendos, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Okay.
That, you know, it gets pretty out there. But
sounds like Oppenheimer to me.
But here's the cool thing: is one thing I will say is it will be nominated for multiple Oscars, and so it is definitely going to end up being an Oscar contender. And even though it is so far out there in a way, and I'm trying to say this without like giving away. The basic premise is there's a young man who's in like a boarding school college, and he has nowhere to go on summer break, so he ends up going and staying with a friend of his who lives in this massive country estate in the UK, and then gets to meet the family. But imagine a family that's had a lot of wealth and kind of just been stuck in one place for a long time. And
a lot of skeletons in the closet and weirdness. Okay.
Yeah, a lot of that going on.
That's interesting.
But the cool thing is, too, is it's such a creative story, and I'd rather have a creative story like this than another mediocre, like, superhero movie about a character that nobody really cares about.
Or another remake of some.
Yeah. And so I love having the original side of it, the uniqueness of it all. And she did win. The director, Emerald Fennell, won the Oscar for Best Screenplay for Promising Young Woman a couple years ago. And so, I mean, it does have that caliber of filmmaking behind it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, don't take the kids. But if you like provocative.
If you like provocative, if you like drama, if you like things that you've thought of in your head but have never been willing to actually say out loud, this all gets put on screen in this movie. So yeah.
This sounds to me like this reminds me of a classic line from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Things you wouldn't understand. Things you wouldn't understand. Things you couldn't understand. Things you shouldn't understand.
Exactly. Yeah, that would be
That's
a great
what he
line
says.
for this movie.
That's what he says.
By the way, Dave Morales says hi. He just landed in London, and he's doing the Wonka world premiere tomorrow.
Yes. Let me tell you, my kids are all really excited about Wonka.
I just saw it.
And so am I. I mean, it's because we love the original movie. We even like the Johnny Depp movie. So we like the whole thing. So anyway, let me give a weather forecast. I'm working on, back in my office, I have this Monday web stream that I do. It's called Mondays with Mike, because it's alliterative and I'm Mike and it's a Monday. It didn't take that much time for me to come up with a name.
Came up with it in like 5 seconds.
Yeah, seriously. But today I'm going to be talking about the winter outlook for Houston, and how El Nino plays a role.
Are we going to freeze, or are we going to get another big freeze this
You
year?
have to watch Mondays with Mike. I'm not going to tell you right now.
Little preview.
It's
Give
now.
me the Cliff Notes or
Don't
the
let
Mike
your
Notes.
kids watch Mondays with Mike. It's provocative. It's thought-provoking. It's all that stuff. So anyway, here's the 7-day forecast, guys. The main issue this week is going to be Thursday. You doing anything Thursday? You going parasailing or anything like that?
I'll actually be in Los Angeles. So
oh, okay. Well, it's going to look fine out there. So around here, 58 today, about 60 tomorrow. 64 on Wednesday as we start to cloud up a little more, and then Thursday is a washout, followed by some clearing on Friday, and then it looks like a little iffy this weekend, like some scattered showers, but it's going to get milder this weekend. The next few days are going to be pretty cold. I thought it was really cold out there this morning. It was like in the 30s and 40s, so we're going to be improving after that. It's the forecast, John, is thought-provoking. It's provocative.
It's something.
That forecast.
Okay, for this year, it seems like we're getting, like, for example, on Monday, I was going to go snowboarding in Salt Lake, but there's no snow. It seems like there's a lot less precipitation, and the cold fronts are coming in a lot later this year.
When was that you were going to go?
I was going to go on Monday.
Oh.
But they only have like 12 inches of base, so I'm not going to go because.
Well, I know they've had some recently, but I didn't know it was only 12 inches. California's gotten, I think, in on more snow than that. But places that got snow that you wouldn't expect, like central Kansas, got 13 inches of snow.
Really?
Over the weekend, yeah. Not very good skiing there, I don't think.
Biggest hill they got's like 12 foot.
Right. So, Nate, I think, if you want to maybe go cross-country skiing, Kansas is your place to go today. I've never been cross-country skiing. I don't have any intention of ever going cross-country skiing. But I've watched it in the Olympics. It looks very hard.
I'll tell you that a good friend of mine sent a picture of, I want to say, a Kansas high school game. Snow all over the ground.
Yeah.
Pretty incredible. Pretty incredible. I'm not sure, Mike, if we're going to be in the cold weather. I know we're going bowling this year.
Yeah, but we don't know what we don't know if it's going to be Hawaii or somewhere else.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to be Frisco or Hawaii. We don't know. All I know is I want to do it again. 2016, I was in Hawaii. Yeah. I'd like to go back
now,
again.
wait, Nate,
so we'll just have to see.
Are you traveling with the team?
I always do. So
Hawaii.
we'll see. Except when they the one trip I didn't make, and I know you guys have to go, so I'll let you go. The one trip I did make was the one to Australia. And I'm still a little peeved about that, but I'll get over it.
Especially since they would have said, "G'day, Nate."
I'm fine. There you go. All right, guys.
All right, have fun in Hawaii, Nate.
Appreciate you both. Hey, John, have a safe trip wherever you go. And be sure to tell Dave hello for us.
I will, for
All
sure.
right, man. Take care.
All right.
Let's keep it moving. We know we have Ruben Ruben is out somewhere today doing something good. Ruben, what are you doing, and what is it you're doing well?
Hey, Nate, listen, man, I thought you'd forgotten about me, but can I just start off by saying, Jonathan and Mike, the chemistry, I mean, it's electric. Those guys should have their own show, and I know you're connected, and you know the people at the network that can make that happen. Again, that's magic, man. Anyway, all right, so we're at Ninfa's on navigation. The original. They've been doing it since 1975, and something else that they've been doing for the last 20 years is they donate a pretty sizable amount of money to one of the local schools. Here this year, Our Lady of Guadalupe, which is literally a quarter of a mile down the street, and you know, Ninfa's is a kind of a cornerstone of this neighborhood, and so is the school. 111 years. Our Lady of Guadalupe Catholic School has been educating the students of this area. So $50,000. That's the check that was handed out this morning, and that we spoke to the principal. We spoke to Justin here from Director of Operations, and it's a win-win on both sides. They get to do good in the community, and that money is really going to help the school out. And the star of the show, the students from Our Lady of Guadalupe put together some holiday art decorations that they created, and they adorned all of the restaurant. It's worth coming down here to see it. It'll be up throughout the holidays. Really, really cool art. Some of the kiddos are enjoying a little brunch, shall we say, after they put in all that hard work, you know, decking the halls. And you know, of course, Ninfa's known for the incredible food. If you haven't been down here, this is the time to come. You want tamales for the holiday? They've got you covered. Order ahead, because those things fly out of the kitchen like you won't believe it. But you know, reservations always a good idea. Holiday parties, catering, they got you. Chef Alex and his team will take care of you. Guys, Nate, I'm gonna kick it back to you. It's a Monday, and I got stuff to do, so yeah, back to you.
All right, thank you, Ruben. A lot to unpack there. All right, guys, as we said before, a couple of things, and I also want to throw this in. The University of Houston's women's basketball team is starting the season, how can I say it? This is the best start since 2010-11. They're starting the season 4-0. So keep your eye on the women's basketball team at the University of Houston. Lots of things we've talked about this morning, and I'll kind of go back over them once again, and just let you know where we are. So let me reset what we're doing here on the after show. It's Monday morning. It's not a gloomy Monday morning. It's a good Monday morning, because the Dynamo are in the Western Conference Final. They advanced to the Western Conference Final with a 1-0 win over KC. So that's really, really big. And the Dynamo will play this Saturday in Los Angeles. They've beaten them twice this year. They feel very comfortable in going out there. And of course, more than likely, we will be at the stadium. Here I am giving you all our schedule for the week. We will probably be at the schedule Thursday, since they will be leaving Friday, okay? So there you have it. We're live here at the Buffalo Grill this morning. It's been a lot of fun. We appreciate Steven and what he does, what his team does in helping us. They come here, they open the building at 5 o'clock, when really they don't open until 7, which means that they don't get here normally until 6, but because we ask them to be here at 5, they're here at 5 o'clock, and we certainly appreciate that. So we're asking you to also stop and see our good friend Stephen Malone here at the Buffalo Grill and his very talented team. Boy, do they have a menu. And I understand during the weekend, there's a line down to the street trying to get in here to get breakfast on Saturday mornings very early. So you definitely want to stop by. As far as the Texans are concerned, defense let them down yesterday. They had some opportunities. You had, you know, a 59-yard field goal attempt at the end of the game, and I thought that Amendola did about as well as he could in terms of getting that ball as close to the field post as he possibly could. He hit on the front of the field post. Unfortunately, it misfired and backed off. It clung off the other way. If he had been able to get a little more leg on it, would have been good. We saw Elliott last night hit a 59-yarder for the Philadelphia Eagles in torrid conditions. This was in perfect conditions. Would have been nice to see Amendola nail that bad boy, but the game did not come down to that field goal. The game came down to some missed opportunities on defense, some bad calls by the refs. I thought they made some terrible calls. I also thought they missed some very obvious calls. There were some pass interference calls I saw at the game yesterday as I was peering down from the media booth. I saw the obvious pass interference calls, and being a former wide receiver, I'll see those first. But I will tell you, they missed them. They were so big in front of us and on TV. They just missed them. But it didn't come down to that either. It comes down to being able to make big plays when you have to make plays. You can't get sacked twice in the same possession. However, he didn't make up for one. He made up for the 15-yard loss on one sack. But for the 9-yard loss, he could not make up for that one. And that was on 3rd and 15. And he lost some yards. And that put Amendola back a little further, like 9 yards back, further than he would have wanted to be. But the Texans will learn from that. Again, when you look at their launching point, they are far ahead of schedule, and I think they're on their way. Rice Owls going bowling, as we mentioned earlier. Don't know where they're going, so we'll save it for now. More than likely, we're going to have a very special guest tomorrow morning. And it's going to be the head football coach of Rice University. He will be joining us tomorrow to talk about bowling. University of Houston looking for a brand new coach. Lots of names in the hopper for University of Houston. I hate to speculate that way, if you will. A little too early for that, I think, but we'll get to that. Looks like Mike Elko, former defensive coordinator for the Texas A&M Aggies, he's going to be named the new head football coach. Not sure when that's going to happen, but it looks like he is the guy. And of course, Texas Southern also looking for a new head football coach. We'll see what happens with them. The Rockets, when do they play again? The Rockets will play again. We got 3 minutes left. The Rockets will play again. Won't be tonight. Won't be tomorrow. Let's see if they play again tomorrow. The Rockets will play again Tuesday. They will play at Dallas. They play the Mavericks. So we will have a preview of the Rockets Mavericks in the morning also. And you may want to come by and see me where I'm going to be in the morning. It's going to be a really, really cool place. But in the meantime, it's time to go. So I want to make sure that we show some love to our folks back at the station. We always do today. We have plenty of time to do that. And I want to say thank you to a lot of people, so I best get on it. The crew, Daniela Cinderella, Lisa, Taylor, Brittany, a.k.a. Busy, Keandra, the sweet one, Barbie doll Barbie, Jessica, the great Berman, Rico, the Suave Jones, the Lion, Grambling grad, Kevin 5K Collins. They need a new head football coach at Grambling. We'll see what happens there. But since that's out of the state, I don't accentuate as much. The chef, John Butler, also known as Mr. Meat, I believe he's a Texas A&M graduate. He's probably glad to have a new football coach. Juan, can I get a mic check? Miller, Big Daddy Bradley, Rashad Snell, Catherine also, Texas Tech Grandpa Mark Jenner, Alex What's Up Supco, Randy Pickle Juice Tilly, who works in the afternoons, Ole Miss Maggie off today, $2 Todd, the Mayor Dave Lanier, who wore his shorts today in 46-degree weather, John Chastain, our esteemed executive producer, and Chris Lamborghini, who was off today. Guys, it has been a delightful morning here at the Buffalo Grill. I think we got it done. We'll see you tomorrow. And the thing about having this job, you got to do it every day, all right? So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great Monday, and make sure you tune in tomorrow. Take care.